Hello and welcome to another What's Inside video. Today we are going to see what is inside an old can opener. And wait until the end. They're all saying that now. Wait until the end to see how you can change this ordinary milk gallon container into a humidifier for your home. So don't forget to wait till the end. Now, let's get started with this electric can opener. It's being taken apart because it's a piece of junk. I would say it's bad engineering. They make them so small today, and instead of having some kind of molding to hug the can so it won't rock back and forth, because as the can rocks back and forth in the opener here, it loses alignment with the cutting blade. You can see how the cutting blade here, if the can rocks back and forth, side to side I mean, while it's being cut, that'll lose alignment with the cutting blade. You people who have older can openers with the rotary cutting blade are lucky, because they don't really make them anymore. Let me know what you think in the comments. What's better, the cutting blade or the rotary cutter for an electric can opener? Well, anyway, let's get started here. The idea is, when you press down on the top here, you activate this little switch and it rotates the thing, and the rough gears force the can to turn under the blade and opening the can. A good idea on the drawing board, but like I said, as an example here, if the can moves side to side while it's being cut, it'll lose alignment and skip with the cutter. So you manufacturers out there, if you made some kind of molding that keeps the can in alignment, maybe these will work better next time. Now, what's the first rule of electricity? Is to make sure the thing is unplugged before you take it apart. So make sure it's unplugged when you take it apart. And remove all the screws. I would have an electric screwdriver, but that's a piece of junk too for another video. So they don't make anything good these days. Everything is meant to break down, it seems. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do things last better today, or old things from the past? You hear about these people buy a refrigerator and the thing breaks down in a year or two, when the old ones, those old GE monitor tops from the 30s, are still working. Get these screws out of here. Yeah, you want to stay around to the end, folks, to see how you can turn an ordinary milk carton into an important humidifier for your home and keep your humidity levels up in cold winter months, or even in the summertime when the air conditioning is running, and that takes humidity out of your home too. So stick around to the end. You won't want to miss it. I could tell you about it now, but as David Ogilvy of Ogilvy and Mather once said, you sell the sizzle, not the steak, so you have to wait till the end to see that. Almost done, folks. You can see how this thing was assembled, how these screws here formed pegs to keep that in place up there. That's the way to do it. And what do we have here, folks? A shaded pole motor. So as you can see, this thing turns and it has a gear reduction system there to turn the gear up here. And wouldn't you know, it's all riveted together, so this forms a one-piece thing. And another thing here with the engineering is, if something goes wrong with the switch, you can't get to the switch to try to fix the switch because it's behind this riveted gear, and good luck trying to fix that. So you just basically have to throw it into the garbage because you won't be able to get to the switch there. And of course, let's get started taking this thing apart. I'd like to remind you that that is public domain music playing in the background there. At least they did put some lubricant here on the rotor of the motor there. I'm surprised they used a helical gear system there too. But the only problem is here's another problem. If someone was actually using this knife sharpener down here, the steel particles could get caught up in the motor here, because for some reason they put lubricating grease all over the whole motor, so the magnetic field of the motor would attract the steel particles from the knife sharpener. Why they did that, we'll have no idea. Maybe they wanted to break down even sooner if you use the knife sharpener. But if you need a magnetic frame for a shaded pole motor, I guess you could keep the frame because the whole motor mount is built into the casing. Really put that grease all over the whole thing in there, so if you're beware of the grease in there. At least they did the electrical knot there to keep the cord from being pulled out of the thing if someone was using it. So you have about a useful polarized 3-foot AC cord from the can opener. What else do we have here? We have a knife sharpener here. And you can see how, I guess you can actually use that to sharpen knives if you want to. You could make it into a handheld thing, but it'd be kind of dangerous holding the sharp knife in your hands like that. I'd rather keep it in the cabinet as the manufacturer intended. Well, I guess that's about it, folks. The can opener is disassembled. You can't get to the switch because it's behind the gear that's attached to the housing there for the gear reduction system to turn the can gear for the can opener. Now for the big part you've been waiting for is how to turn an ordinary milk jug. We have a frame for a shaded pole motor. If you have another motor, these are actually pretty common, but if you want to reverse the motor, you can use this frame on your existing motor and shaft there. But if you want to reverse it, you just simply turn the frame around and put it back in. You could also turn your rotor around for the motor too and to change the direction. Of course, if you have no other use for the rotor, in this case, it becomes a useful plaything like a top. You can let it spin around there and amaze friends and family that you have a motor shaft, motor stator there as a top. We also got a few screws out of the can opener. These would go well in wood even. You could keep them around the house to use for other projects. And of course we got the AC cord. Now for you more advanced DIYs out there, here's a way to use the old can opener as a interval switch. You put some pins on the big gear here, and you put micro switches along the path, so as the pin passes the micro switch it'll turn on and off. But of course try to offset the switches at least a few degrees, so you want to change the timing, because if you just put them straight across from each other, they'll duplicate one switch from the other. It'll be the same thing. So you want to change the timing by having them maybe 90 degrees apart or 45 degrees apart, so when they turn like this, you'll have, and make sure you put the micro switches so they pass by the levers properly. You don't want to jam it up by putting it in the wrong direction like that, for example. So go with the flow, as they say. And you can use that for a useful interval switch for all kinds of other DIY projects. For your home. So get yourself an old milk jug, a pair of poultry shears, and cut the milk jug in half. You'll notice there's below the spout level here, there's still a good amount of where you can fill this with water. Put it next to a heat vent in your home. Let's say your humidifier broke down or something, or your humidifier is simply not able to keep up with demand. You can put these around your home and help humidify the air in your home. Well, that's it for now, folks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think of this video. So that's the end for now.